Welcome to the 1000 Comics Podcast, folks. It's your host, Matt Heath. How you doing? How are you, folks? Jeez. Tax season. I hate it. You want me to rant about the government for 5 minutes? Because I'm gonna. Tax season's got me turned into Frank Grimes, man. I do want to say that Rex Caesar is the guy who's on this show, this episode. He's the guy I'm interviewing. But first, I want to rant about the government a little bit because I went to H&R Block today and found out I owe the state money. And I get riled up because, you know something? I may be a single man, but I work hard for my money, all right? I work 4 different jobs. And it boggles my mind. I turn into Frank Grimes from The Simpsons. Because I'm just a simple man who lives above a bowling alley and below another bowling alley, and I just see all these folks that they live off the state. They got like 50 kids. They use their tax return money to buy their fat children iPhones. And me, I work hard for my damn money. I know you may be listening to this thinking like, Matt Heath, he's got everything. He's just this comedian who gets paid $1 million bajillion to do shows. No, the opposite of that. Comedy is more of an art for me. Comedy did not fall in my tax discussion at all. A lot of my shows I do are for charity or for just the amusement of people. I don't make all that much doing comedy. I should. This year I'm going to start. This year I'm going to make enough money to do doing comedy, that I have to go into the tax office and be like, listen, this is what I did for comedy, and then I'm going to owe money I'm going to have to pay the government just to do comedy. What do you guys think of that? Huh? Yeah. Jeez. Being a single guy in this country, it's like, I don't know, we get a lot of great grief. It's so easy for a single white male to be going around. But you know something? I have to work. I work fucking hard. I work hard, and now I owe money. But, I'll probably be able to pay that money because I could work hard to do so. So, in the grand scheme of things, I'll pay Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam's got to get his cut too. But why does it gotta be so much? Oh, I'm going crazy. Isn't it amazing that you guys can't ever hear during these interviews that I live above a bowling alley and below another bowling alley, and you guys can't even hear it? That's because I have a great studio here. Anyways, if you'd like to buy my album, go to Tumbleweeds in Niantic, Connecticut. I have a comedy album there, and you could buy it. And you know something? I should probably not be talking about how something. I put more money into those albums than I'm getting out of them. So just buy it. Come on, you want it. Or you can listen to it free on YouTube. It's on this YouTube page. Don't even buy it. Don't even bother. Let them sit. They're all secondhand, these albums. No, buy it. Go to Tumbleweeds anyway. But don't buy my album. Buy something else. Buy, I don't know, a t-shirt. They got great t-shirts at Tumbleweeds too. If you don't want an album, buy a t-shirt. But go to Amazon.com. Type in Renaissance Men into the search bar. Type in Pawnbrokers. Type in Scared of the Dickens. Or type in my name, and all 3 of my plays will pop up, and you can buy those. And I really got to talk to an accountant, I think. I don't know. A better tax person. Why am I paying so much in taxes? I don't know. Maybe comedy. Maybe I could write off some stuff for the comedy. I do. Clearly, I'm this guy that writes plays and all this stuff. So, and I got an album out. Come on, Jesus. All right. You know what? I think this is the perfect intro lead-in to my interview with Rex Caesar. So please enjoy the show. The government totally sucks. All right, here we are, 1000 Comics Podcast. What the hell? We had a good first take there, and we weren't even recording. Oh, my God. Oh, but I mean, I'm sitting here with my guest, the wondrous, the magnificent, the very funny Rex Caesar. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. I'm honored to be here. Thanks for having me on.
And he's drinking coffee out of my Conan O'Brien mug.
Yeah, a little impractical, but
it's his hair kind of gets in the way of the sipping of the coffee.
yeah, but that's the essence of Conan in itself.
I think Andy Richter would make a better mug than Conan O'Brien.
He'd make a good cookie jar.
Oh my God! If I had a Conan O'Brien mug, which I already had, a matching Andy Richter cookie jar. Could you?
It'd be like if your grandma was really weird.
Can Conan get on it?
Conan.
I know you're a fan of the 1000 Comics Podcast.
Yep.
And you need to get on Andy Richter cookie jars.
Yeah.
It's a perfect sidekick thing.
Yeah, I want to get into the whole late night sideshow cookie jar business. I'm thinking of Paul Schaefer, you know. We'll get everyone in there. Max Weinberg.
But Paul Schaefer, his would be like the piano opening up and you get the cookies.
Yeah. So I was thinking the head, but yeah, you're right.
Nah. Yeah. His would be like a little bit more classy. But the only person that would own one would be like Bill Murray.
He'd buy a bunch and just hand them out to people.
And he doesn't even keep his cookies in it. He keeps his weed in it. Hey, you guys want to see this Paul Schaefer cookie jar I got?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I bought it from some guy in Connecticut.
He's got all of the sidekicks.
But Schaefer's the best.
I think that's what our show would be if we had just like a show together. It would just be two sidekicks.
Right, yeah. What instrument do you play? What are you?
I used to play bass when I was younger.
There you go. Upright or electric?
Electric.
Okay, all right. Who is it?
You play an
Colbert's
instrument?
got a bass side. His sidekick's a bass player, I think.
Is he? I don't know.
So.
I don't watch Colbert.
I don't either, but I watch the music clips.
Did you used to watch Colbert, though?
Oh, when he was on Jon Stewart's show, yeah.
When he was on John... but even when he followed Stewart?
Yeah. On Comedy Central, yeah.
See, it was weird. He was political, but he was a farce. And then...
Yeah, it was a parody.
Then he's like the talk show host, and he's like just regular talk show host, and he's like not really like
funny.
Like I think he was. It was like he was all right when he started out, but now he's just like going after fucking Trump. Like the entire dude, it's like beating a dead horse. To be honest,
right. And I haven't watched enough of them, so I could be wrong. But what I've seen is Seth Meyers,
and I'm not.
There's a lot of.
I'm not even a huge, it's not like I'm a Trump supporter or anything either. It's just like I get bored with that type of humor constantly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I think one of the things about like the late night shows that are on a few times a week is you want them to be different every night.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, it's just something you can just kind of put on.
What was like the one late night thing that got canceled that was like your thing?
All right. That's funny you asked this, actually. I grew up without cable, right? My parents didn't have cable when I was a kid. We had rabbit ears my whole childhood.
Yeah.
And so we got, like the 4 channels. And Fox never had a late night show. And then sometime when I was in like junior high, they got this guy Spike.
But you got that on the antenna with Fox?
Yeah. And they got this guy Spike Feresten, who used to write for Seinfeld, I guess. I had never heard of him, but now I watch Seinfeld. I see his name in the credits all the time.
Right.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know, 10 or 11, me and my buddy would watch him, and he would just do weird stuff.
What was the name of the show?
Like Late Night with Spike Ferriston or something like that.
Really?
You know, Up Late.
I've never even heard of this.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it was on for like I don't know.
I
feel like
grew
he
up
had
on
like 30
Fox.
episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he wasn't on very long, but it was on Saturday nights. I think that's probably why I watched it.
Yeah. Was it like edgy?
It was like trippy. It was like
really.
Yeah, it was pretty edgy. I have one vision of him like doing this skit about like this like dorky 50s dad, and his family goes away, and he puts on this like high cut bathrobe and invites a bunch of prostitutes over. He's just like doing blow off a silver platter and stuff.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and like we were kids, we were like, I kind of get that, you know, like.
Oh my god! So he was like, you know something? You strike me as like you watched like the fucking Man Show.
I would, but like I said, when I was around, I didn't get it.
You had the rabbity.
Yeah, so I'm really like untuned to a lot of television that like
really
people have grown up.
But you seem pretty. Who the fuck's on your shirt, by the way?
Justin Bieber.
Really?
Yeah. See?
What the fuck? I honestly thought that was a woman.
So did I. Don't tell my dad.
You're like Quagmire when he found out Hanson was. He found out there were dudes.
Similar scenario.
All right, it already got deleted because we weren't recording before. This is the last time I'm gonna ask you. Please do this song.
All right.
This is a song about where Adam Sandler commenting on Adam Sandler commenting on the Louis C.K. New York Times scandal.
Louis, oh no! Now you got to put your penis away. That's terrible.
Yeah, we killed it.
We did kill it.
You know, but it's new to the audience that's listening, which is fucked up. But
trust us, it's dead. Home viewers, don't laugh at that segment.
I hope
that's great. It's hilarious.
Oh my god. So, fucking A, where'd you grow up, man?
Newington.
And what'd you do there? Just beat up homeless people? Or?
Yeah, my dad got beat up all the time, man. I don't know. You don't really do anything there. There's another suburban town in Connecticut. What do you do? You hike the beautiful Rockies, swim in the Great Lakes, you know. Same thing you do all over Connecticut.
Yeah.
Visit Sun Death Valley or whatever.
You got any siblings, man?
Yeah, I got 3.
Guys or?
2 brothers and a sister.
Okay.
Yep.
2 brothers and a sister.
You want me to get them on speaker?
I mean, we can call them up.
No, I don't want to. This is my time.
Oh, I was just wondering if they had aspiring dreams to be a comedian.
They're not as funny as me. Don't think that.
Oh, okay. I mean, you never know. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Did I hit a note with your dad there? Doing all right. See, living in a box.
Not in years. He's got a tent.
Okay. Your parents. Your parents still together?
Yeah, my
in
parents
real
still
life?
together. Yep. My parents been together since like 1980 something.
Yeah,
doing good. They're actors.
Really?
Yeah. Like stage actors, like working out of Connecticut. So it's pretty cool. So we were
always, really putting the work in acting.
Yeah, I mean, like my dad teaches at Housatonic Community College. My mom works in like higher ed and stuff like that. So, but
what stage shows though?
They run a theater company actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, an entertainer such as yourself, I feel like you should be a little more proud of this. But like,
no, I am proud of it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about So I mean, me and all my siblings were raised around that.
Okay, so but like, what plays? Like, what plays was your old man in? Shakespeare?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You know Shakespeare yourself, or
no, not
really?
Really? No.
Were you like trying like?
I probably know more than
fuck you, old man. I'm not learning this shit.
He didn't write those.
Are you a Shakespeare denier? There are people out there that are like, yeah, he wasn't real. He couldn't have wrote all those plays.
I know that. I always like bringing that up at Thanksgiving. You know?
Yeah. Is that you? That's you at Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah. I take all the dark meat for myself. Keep going. Save me some gravy. Is there enough gravy?
Oh my god. So, hold on. We've already covered a lot of ground here, I think. Where we're going with it, I have no idea. Mostly Shakespeare.
Yep. Yeah, so I probably know more than like the average person. Like,
really?
No. Like,
could you recite
the average person my age?
Could you recite a soliloquy?
No.
Like to be or not to be? That is the question.
I'm not saying I have it memorized.
You got it in your head, but you won't do it.
I've like seen a lot of Shakespeare plays.
Yeah.
I don't say I know it like.
You're like, I'm gonna rebel against my parents. I'm gonna do the fucking Titus Andromachus. And that'll show them because there's a lot of rape in that one. Like,
I do all the nonverbal scenes.
It's like, what the fuck, Rex? Like, why do you gotta be such a piece of shit kid wanting to do Titus Andromachus all the time? And you're like, it's just my dream. It's just my dream, Dad. Didn't you see Anthony Hopkins in the movie? Because that's the only rendition I'm familiar with. Because I've never seen it done.
Stop smothering me, Dad.
We could do it well. It's going to have tasteful rape scenes.
Like Clockwork Orange.
You know something? Let's do Titus Andromachus, but set it in Clockwork Orange. Everyone's drinking milk.
Fighting with rapiers.
You know something? All right, so you said, fuck it, I'm not doing Shakespeare. I'm going to be a comedian at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, yeah. At some point, like a few months ago.
All right. Now, did you do any acting though, like in high school at all?
No. My parents used to put that in us when they needed kids, and it kind of stamped it out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, and we would do it.
So what? You're saying your dad's like he like teaches Shakespeare, but really he's like the dad in fucking Dead Poets Society. He's like, no son of mine's gonna be an actor.
No. I mean, like for me.
Oh, okay.
Like I didn't really want to do it.
Oh, because he was so passionate about it.
No, nothing like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just grew up around it. It was constant. For like the first I don't know.
Did you you found it like boring or?
I don't know. Do you do what your dad does?
Hell no. Drink beer and watch The Ranch? Okay, maybe I've done it several times. Oh, man. So, we are 15 minutes into this podcast.
Mostly laughing. Just us. Nobody else.
Now, you got kids.
Yeah, I got 3 kids.
Jeez, man. That's a lot of kids. Especially your age. I don't know many guys your age that's got that many kids. And like I said, you're like the sitcom dad at fucking the elbow room.
Well, I mean, sitcom dads are just... I mean, this guy right here. That's my second dad.
He's pointing at Homer.
Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson, really, second, you would say second dad.
Yeah, after Doug Heffernan, yeah.
Doug Heffernan's not even a dad to the end of the series.
Yeah, but he's dad to millions of kids all over America.
Because you're like, that's who I look up to. I want to be a big fat dynamo.
Look at me. Who else has accomplished their dream?
Yeah, you like this mouse pad? It's because I know that you pointed at the mouse pad
too.
and not the I love that fucking mouse. I don't know if anyone's mentioned that mouse pad on here before, but it's Homer as Hunter S. Thompson and Moe's in the background, and it's definitely got a whole good Gonzo vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or is it Gonzo as Homer? You know? Is it Hunter S. Thompson as Homer?
It's a good question. Whoever
is he performing Gonzo journalism in Springfield now?
You know where I got this mouse pad? I actually bought this the day I left Florida, and they were having a roast for me at this place, the Funky Buddha Lounge.
Funky Buddha?
And I actually went in to buy like a little cigar cutter because I had cigars. I went into this little head shop, and they had this mouse pad in there. And
How long ago was that?
That was almost 2 years ago now, man.
How long did you live in Florida for?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, time's just friggin' flying out the window, man.
Yeah. Just like Mark says.
You like Linkin Park?
What a great song is In the End, man. Watch the time go right out the window. Yeah. That's
How do you feel about that dude whacking himself?
Oh, it's sad. It's sad.
That's crazy, man, right?
Yeah.
But you know something,
he did it right after Chris Cornell too. I love Chris Cornell too. Yeah. It's you're talking about Hunter S. Thompson still, right?
Yo. Well, yeah. Well, this got depressing quickly. Holy shit. People out there, if you're driving a commute right now while you're listening to this,
being a rock star wouldn't make it any better. You
know? Stay in the middle of the road. Like, there's something to look forward to, I think. I mean, I'm not positive, but there could be.
You might get to drink out of a Conan O'Brien mug one day.
You might be up here in the 1000 Comic Studio. I mean, I got some cool stuff in here, bro.
It's got a Welcome Back Kotter lunchbox. Homer at the prom as an action figure.
And I've interviewed women, too, not just men.
That's more expensive, though, isn't it?
Oh, my God. No, I've never paid any of my guests.
I got a cup of coffee. And not just Folgers, ladies and gentlemen. Macdonald's coffee. Bought and paid by Matt Heath.
The last person I bought a McCafe went on a feminist rant. Do you plan on doing the same thing?
Well, since you brought it up. You know, I left my notebook in the car. I'll be right back.
Oh, man. You know, I think I got a new name for our podcast if we were to do a show together. It would be two fat guys trying to give each other a heart attack. With dumbass jokes.
Having a heart attack. Heart attack. Well, that's how I'm going, probably.
So, we can end this 20 minutes.
This is only 20 minutes.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you, man. I've done a full hour there. It's actually kind of hot here, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to open the door there? Let some cool air in?
You want me to?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Fucking air. Yeah, it's locked.
Oh.
There you go. And that, it's winter time, so I'm sure
A little balcony?
that is a little balcony on
Nice.
the side there. So it's never been pointed out on the air before, but if you feel like
you want to find Matt's apartment, it has a balcony.
If you feel like jumping off of it at any point to meet your demise, I'm just kidding, fucking Rex. I actually think you are a funny fuck.
Thanks, man. I think you're very funny, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. You're really funny.
You know something?
Let me interview you now.
No, sir. This interview is about you.
So, how long were you in Florida for?
Let me ask you something. Are you a God-fearing man?
I fear pretty much anything.
Really? Why is that?
I'm not very strong. I look strong, but I'm just stout.
What do you mean strong, though? Like
Like,
strong,
I wish I
you're
could
not
lift a
strong-willed.
boulder over my head.
Well, not
you know?
everybody can lift a fucking boulder over
I know.
their head, man.
I just, it'd be cool, though.
Look at how big of a dude, like, LeBron James is. And all he needs to do is put a basketball in a hoop. Like, you don't need to be that fucking big.
I wish I could wrestle a wolf, like... and have it be close, but everyone knows I'm going to win, Like, something like that.
We can arrange that. You want me to get a wolf?
No, I want to be big enough to. That's what I'm saying.
What about a puma or like a jungle cat of some kind?
Yeah, if I was really big and strong, absolutely.
Oh,
These are great hypothetical questions. Keep them coming. I noticed you got a Doors pin there. You like the Doors?
Yeah. You a fan of the Doors?
I'm a huge fan of the Doors.
I think they suck, actually. Like, when fucking Jim fucking whipped his dick out in Florida.
No, that was in New Haven.
What's... No.
Oh, yeah, the dick was in Florida. The riot
dick was in Florida.
Haven.
The riot was in New Haven.
Yeah.
Which is, obviously, everyone from Connecticut kind of knows the thing where it's like the song Peace Frog.
Say, what if Adam Sandler was around back in the 60s when Jim Morrison pulled his dick out? Might sound a little something like this.
Come on now.
Put your penis away.
Oh man.
Mm.
You are you you strike me as like a music connoisseur. I don't know, the Justin Bieber shirt has kind of thrown me off. But at the same time, like
Young Biebs, before he hit puberty, was an amazing
Do you
singer.
always have to be fat and ironic?
Well, yeah.
Oh my god.
What are you, besides ironic?
I mean, you got Bieber fever, clearly.
No.
I wear the shirt because it makes the kids happy. It's like,
I like them.
It's like, why? Why does that make the kids happy? You wearing a Justin Bieber shirt.
I think it makes everyone happy.
I mean, he was a good-looking kid, and he cranked out a lot of good tunes.
Yeah.
I actually hold no ill will towards Justin Bieber.
Why would you? What's he done?
I mean,
pull his penis out.
He could.
He could.
I mean,
he's got quite
a guy like that. He'd probably get away with it though. He's not gonna he pulls his penis out. People are gonna be happy for some reason.
Yeah, well, I mean, does Bieber look more like Jim Morrison or Louis C.K.? You know, like one you get away with, the other one you don't.
I think Bieber though, he has the pull. Like, there's this thing now called social media.
What do you call this thing? A podcast? We'll see if it ever takes off, Matt. Never heard of a podcast.
Oh, man. You like YouTubes?
Yeah. You seen Lazy Sunday?
You seen that thing where it's the banana fucking dancing around?
Peanut butter jelly time.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I love 2005.
This is some riveting stuff we're talking about. Folks, we are going to get into the good shit. I'm telling you. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
This guy's going to open up to me about something.
What do you want to know about?
I don't know. Remember that time you killed a homeless man?
Like it was yesterday. Turned me down for the 8th grade social.
And
Susie Robbins all show you.
He was telling you about how he was at John C. Rockefeller's funeral. And then you decided to smother him with his own filthy newspaper. We're never going to make it as comedians because I think I stole that homeless bit from Norm Macdonald. It was uniquely my own until I said the John C. Rockefeller thing.
I love Norm. You watch his show on Netflix?
Oh, fucking love Norm, dude.
You watch that show? That talk show?
You know what the thing about the talk show is? Like, dude, it's like you start giving Norm Macdonald money and shit just turns sour, I feel like. He had a good thing going with his show on YouTube, and it was it was real. And then Netflix just Netflixed it right up.
They always doing that, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't know. It was. I still liked it because it was.
Are the ones from YouTube on Netflix?
No, that's the other thing where that bothered me. When Netflix picked it up, you lost all the old YouTube episodes, and then it was his new show on Netflix, and that bothered the hell out of me.
What was the YouTube one called again?
It was. I think it was this. It wasn't called Norm Macdonald Has a Show. I think it was just
Netflix one.
I think it was just called the Norm Macdonald Show. And I don't know. He was talking about. Interviewing Roseanne and Louis C.K. at the same time. He's like, so yeah, apparently everyone thought it was a bad idea, and I'm like, nah, that shit's actually a great idea. It's like you're gonna have a fucking tough conversation, but it's like you get to kill two birds with one stone.
Double the views.
But at the same time, it's Roseanne almost has to be on his show because he was a fucking writer on fucking Roseanne. Man. You know, I kind of want to hear what her side of the story is all about. At the same time, yeah, you're right. She probably shouldn't have said that shit to begin with.
I just don't want to hear anyone say anything anymore lately.
But at the same time, no one wants to watch John Goodman sit there and be fat and alone.
No. They should have just brought back Flintstones, if anything, if they were going to do that.
What if they just they should have just turned Roseanne into a podcast.
I could just fall asleep to her yelling at Darlene to take the laundry up.
Darlene. I'd be like,
DJ. That was a great show, though.
The thing about that show is she was a big fat lady and her husband was a big fat guy. It's quite relatable, especially if you're a fat person.
John Goodman's the man, though.
Have you seen that show, The Righteous Gemstones, at all yet?
Is that Adam Sandler one?
No, it's Danny McBride and
it's a show?
Yeah, it's a show where Danny McBride is like a televangelist priest, and John Goodman plays his father.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually a really good show.
Is the show where he's a pitcher? Is that done?
That show's been over for a couple years now.
Has it?
Since then, he made a show called Vice Principals as well, and it was like, a show about him being a vice principal.
Oh.
And Bill Murray played the original principal. Like, he's only in one episode.
And why Danny McBride replaces him?
Yeah. Well, two guys replace him, and that's like the whole thing. They're just feuding the whole time. They're both vice principals.
Classic. So it's an allegory for the Civil War, then.
Exactly. What's your favorite war?
Oh, Civil War.
Civil War?
I love the Civil War. It's so cool, man.
You just like the weapons?
No, I like the history of it. Like, so intense. On American soil, between Americans, over something that is still important today, you know? What a war to learn about, man. Civil War, all day.
Well, you can't have slaves.
Right.
So, yeah, I guess it is. It was an important war. You're right.
Yeah.
All the other wars seem like bullshit, kind of, except for the, like... That's
I like episode
2. You can quote me on that, folks. All the other wars in American history were fucking bullshit. And I hated them.
Come on, Spanish American. 1812?
Yeah, that's an odd question. I don't know why I went for favorite war.
Well, I had an answer. Locked and loaded. Like a musket.
What was your least favorite war?
You know, I don't really know much about Korea. Kind of skipped that one a lot in class. Vietnam War is tough to read about.
The one that my dad was always yelling at.
That was the War of Northern Aggression.
Oh, how do you feel about conscientious objectors?
I'm for them.
Do you think they're fat or just cowards?
Is there a D, all of the above?
And if Brad Pitt was drafted, do you think he would go?
Here's something the liberals don't want you to know. Absolutely not. He'd sit up there in Hollywood with all his girlfriends and conduct drug wars in South America. That's right. Forgot about that one, didn't you?
Do you think he's building tunnels?
The tunnels have been built for years, Matt. Pull your head out of the clouds.
Hollywood tunnels?
How do you think they're sneaking the kids in?
How do you think they're moving Walt Disney's frozen head around?
That's what the real Oscar for Best Picture wins every year. They don't show that on TV, but you get Walt Disney's frozen head for a year. It's like the Stanley Cup, and then you got to give it back.
Oh my God! For some reason, Rob Schneider has it right now.
He directed Parasite.
I can see Rob Schneider having it, and it's going like Deuce Bigelow, like when he ruins the fish tank, like he's somehow just ends up in all these
toilet. He's like moving a giant coffee thermos.
He's like
an AA meeting.
So many wacky scenarios with Walt Disney's head.
Passing out water to marathon runners, and he looks in the ice, and there's that.
And Adam Sandler's not even in it, but he just narrates it. Whoops! sees. He drops his head in the
No, it's like Mr. Bean where he just does the voiceover. It's like Rob Schneider's walking away. And they go, oh, no, get away quick.
Oh my god. We just thought of $1 billion idea for a movie.
Oh, yeah.
And fucking Disney Plus is gonna hire me, you, Rob Schneider, Adam Sandler, and Walt Disney's Frozen Head.
And then you take that money and you invest in some Andy Richter cookie jars. You're laughing at the bank.
Back to reality.
Mm.
Don't you hate it here?
Yeah, what a place.
No, I mean just here on this earth.
That's what I mean too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You ever just like walking around, you're just like this giant, just stupid fucking rock?
Well, it's a flat rock, first of all.
How do you honestly feel about flat earthers?
Well, that's what really convinced me that we're all living in a simulation here.
Yeah.
You know? People believe the Earth is flat still, so I'm just in some fever dream. One of us is going to wake up and end it all pretty soon. People believe the Earth is flat.
But people have been to space.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's not. And anyone that's been to space is like, no.
Yeah, we know it's not flat.
But why do you think there's people out there that fucking think that way, man?
I don't know. It makes me wonder if there always was.
But do you think somebody just started the conspiracy theory, like, knew it wasn't true?
Yeah, I just mean there was always the type of person that would think that out there, you know, like...
And that,
so whatever crazy new thing's going on, someone's gonna pick it
I
up.
think there's two types of people at hand there. There's fucking people that know it's not true and fucking decide to put it out there. These are the people that put it out there. But then there's also people that are fucking dumbass followers of anything they fucking read on the internet. And those people are the fucking sheep, man.
Right.
Where it's like...
it's like a lot of things.
Who knows? They might... people followers of, like, flat earthers are, like, similar to, like, fans of my podcast. Where it's like, they're hanging on my every word.
Well, I see why. There's no gravity. The Earth is flat.
Like, if I made a bold claim, like, the Earth is... Do you think my listenership would go down, or they would just be like, that crazy old Matt Heath?
I think they turned it off after the third Adam Sandler impersonation.
I think somebody's still listening, though, going, I was like, those are some crackpot ideas right there. And then he goes back to smoking a meth pipe.
Good thing we turned into the podcast station tonight. Never can catch it every time.
That guy right there is a Bitcoin prospector. Bitcoin.
Internet gold.
There's Bitcoin in them hills. We're gonna find all the Bitcoin. We're gonna look in the internets.
Look here, prospector. Bitcoin.
I got Bitcoin fever.
Gold.
I was licking elevator buttons and I got Bitcoin fever.
Don't lick that elevator. You know, that voice just makes me think of, you ever see Toy Story 2?
Of course I've seen Toy Story.
Prospector.
Wait, hold on. That was Kelsey Grammer that played the prospector.
But don't you picture that guy when you do that voice?
Well,
I picture him like a Bugs Bunny version where he keeps like...
well, I picture that because I think the whole reason they got Kelsey Grammer to play that character is they knew they were going to do the opposite. Like, this is this is how the thespian actor who's playing the fucking...
they do that a lot in those movies.
Yeah. Well, you know what's weird is I haven't seen the fourth one yet, but Mel Brooks has a character called Melephant Brooks in that. You seen it? You obviously watched it with the kids.
No? Oh yeah, several times.
What was
in the theaters?
Yeah, what'd you think of 4?
Didn't need to happen.
I always thought 3 kind of ended it like they put a bow on that fucking
Here's
series.
The thing. 3 was the perfect ending, and I haven't talked to any single person that disagrees with that.
Yeah,
I haven't talked to any person, all right, other than my 3-year-old, who's like, "Oh, I'm so glad they made Toy Story 4."
But you know something? Everything's a cash grab with Disney, man.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. We were talking about all the Star Wars tonight earlier,
it's like,
and all the Marvel movies.
The franchise, you can't. It's like they can't say no to the money. You know, making something like that.
Wouldn't you if you could though?
I mean, another addition on the house, or fucking just me like those famous actors like saying no to it. It's harder than a guy like me saying no to it because I've never even fucking known that kind of. I've never even known that kind of money, man. You know what I mean?
Well, like if just think about if you own Disney, right? Like if you just have enough money to make a movie that you know is going to make money, and you don't really care what franchise you run for it, why the hell not?
Hey, Disney, if you want to give me a job, I mean,
I could do that. Order a new brave little toaster, and then you make $400 gazillion, and you're like, time for 8 more.
Dude, I'll make a brave little toaster and be like, hey, I'm the brave little toaster. The kids would be like, what the fuck?
I'm the air conditioner.
They all talk the same. They all talk with like the thick
old
like,
guys
thick
from
old Brooklyn.
I was just gonna say that. I'm Blanky, remember me?
Hey, I'm the vacuum over here.
Look, here comes the boy. Kid walks in. Where the hell's my toaster? I feel like some toast, Ma.
Ma, where's the salt? There's not enough salt on this toast. It's like, why are you salting your toast?
Well, you bought the unsalted butter. A little black pepper.
Oh my god, that is so stupid. Disney. So me and Rex will play all the characters for the brave little toaster. You know you want to do it. You know, like you want to sign. Dude, you can pay us each $100,000 and we'll do it. And you can just use animation from the first movies. We don't give a shit.
I'll do the whole thing myself for $150 without Matt.
You son of a bitch. You no good goddamn son of a bitch. You were after my brave little toaster money. I was saving this idea. So the two of us could have it together. Oh my god. What would the adventure be? Well,
they already went to Mars. Where do you go from there, man?
No, we take it back to basics. Like
stay on the Earth.
Yeah.
Let's not get into what shape
we take it back to basics. I think they should like go into like the desert. They're like tripping on peyote.
No. It's 2020, right? It's 2020.
Come on, you don't want to watch that lamp trip on peyote in the desert? He's like, yeah.
How about the parents rent the RV? They tell the kid they're going on this trip, right?
Okay.
They got all the appliances. All right. The toaster, the iron,
okay,
the TV, everything.
Oh, okay.
Air conditioner. They head out to the desert. Surprise, surprise. The kid's getting dropped off at fat camp, right? They throw him out the RV with a few belongings and his blankie.
Okay.
The parents take off to Vegas, right? A little mom and dad time.
Yeah.
The blanket and the kid need to travel through the desert to Vegas to find the toaster. And the toaster and his friends travel through the desert to find the blanket. They meet exactly in the middle as the fat kid dies of thirst.
Wait, the kid dies in the movie?
You gotta make people cry. It could be like Coco. He'll live on. That'll be the sequel. He goes to Coco Heaven.
Yeah, all right. This won't work for many reasons. First of all, I think it needs to be more about the toaster.
Well, I wasn't trying to make it about the kid. You kept bringing it up. Just explaining the backstory.
Should we make the
toaster goes to Coco?
You know what? We're not gonna get away with this movie. They're not gonna be like.
What if we just buy the rights to the brave little toaster?
Not only did you make every character a white male, you made him the same white male, an old fat guy from Brooklyn.
Just the lamp, like, anybody got pastrami on rye? Got pastrami on rye here?
I say we do a Land Before Time movie.
Oh, man.
And we just have all those dinosaurs have the fat Brooklyn accent.
Yeah. And what about, remember that one where the dinosaurs are cartoons and they go to New York with the little kid?
Yeah, We're Back.
Yeah.
That was actually written by a fucking famous playwright. And I just
Shakespeare?
Nah. I forget his name. But he wrote this play called The Dreamer Examines His Pillow. And I'm like fascinated by this fucking play. I read like half of it at work the other day.
Mm. Oh, you're reading it right now?
Yeah, I'm like halfway through.
There's a guy who wrote the We're Back?
And he wrote We're Back. I looked up his
What's
Wikipedia
his
page. I can't remember his fucking name right. He also wrote Moonstruck.
Oh, that movie that won the Academy Award?
It won the Academy Award, but I've never seen that either. All I've read is this play.
I've seen We're Back many times.
I can't remember.
How
did the dinosaurs talk in that movie when they're like, "Hey kids"?
They will now.
And they all knew We're Back.
We're back again. We'll mix it up. We'll get Ice
Does
Cube.
anyone know how to get to the F train for me?
We'll get Ice Cube and Tim Allen to do some voices.
Why Tim Allen? You already said he already did the cash grab of Toy Story. All right, we don't need to cut him.
Yeah, that's probably why it popped in my head.
You know something. I always found interesting about like that, like having integrity and turning down that Disney money was fucking like Cheech and Chong's story. How like they actually like had a lot of grief towards each other because like Chong didn't do The Lion King and Cheech did, and they were both supposed to play hyenas, and Cheech went on to make all this money, and Chong was kind of bitter about it.
How come Chong didn't do it? Was it his choice or theirs?
He was like, oh, I don't want to keep playing, because they did the whole stage thing where they were both dogs and they'd sniff each other's asses on stage and everything. Okay, and he's like, I don't want to do like all these animated dog movies. Like he kept getting like all these offers for different, but it's like The Lion King was like he didn't realize that this was gonna
be The Lion King. Holy shit!
Yeah.
And Cheech did it.
Because he never turned. Because he actually played a lot of dogs.
Bonsai, right?
Did you notice that? Like in a lot of animated movie, Cheech plays a dog.
Yeah, he's in Oliver and Company, right?
Yeah, he plays the Bundy's dog in Married with Children. Not all of the episodes, but some of the episodes, Cheech plays the dog.
Holy shit!
Yeah, but I mean, Chong did that '70s show, so that was all right.
Yeah.
But
not much. Oh, he was in Zootopia. Did you see Zootopia?
No. Chong was?
Yeah.
No, but here's the other thing that like about their relationship was like Cheech had too much integrity to do the weed stuff. Like he wanted to stop joking about weed, and Chong like had too much integrity to do the dog stuff. And it was like in a weird way, like Chong like is kind of right, and like it's just like, dude, it's like weed was what like made us, like why not keep riding with it? where it's like Cheech was like, nah, I'm kind of like above the like he's like seems like the more pretentious one in the argument.
I love Cheech though. He was kind of always my favorite.
No, I mean I love them both.
I never thought about it this way, but yeah, I do love them both. But Cheech was just so funny. Even when they were together, Cheech always cracked me up the most.
Yeah, just the shit you would say.
You keep on knocking, but you can't come.
Yo, what's your favorite Cheech and Chong, like, out of, like, the movies, albums, like, what does your mind go to? With
Basketball Jones.
Oh, did you see the little Basketball Jones singer
that's up there? That.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already told the story on another podcast, but I won't. It's something else that I read about. Cheech wrote the song Basketball Jones when he was in the back of Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson was driving Cheech and Chong to a fucking Lakers game. He starts driving on the wrong side of the highway. And Cheech just starts singing, I got the Basketball Jones, because he was fucking scared.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one probably the first movie the most.
The first movie?
Yeah.
You know something? It's like, I honestly like only really, I actually have all their movies now. Like, I ended up collecting them all. But, like, certain ones just don't do it for me.
Yeah, I guess a little stale. I think the albums are really the best thing, but I haven't listened to enough of them.
Their albums were so raw.
But you know, Basketball Jones is how I got into them because I was trying to, when I was a kid, I had the Space Jam soundtrack.
And Barry White and Chris Rock did Basketball Jones. Yeah.
And I was looking it up, like, when I was, like, in high school or something on YouTube, and Cheech and Chong came up, and I was like, oh, I heard of them, you know? And,
did you ever see The Simpsons did, like, it was like Cheech and Chong broke up, and then Homer, it was with,
yeah, it was the Behind the Laughter episode?
No, there's, like, a whole Cheech and Chong episode.
What?
Where Cheech gets together with Homer and starts doing a show, because Chong broke up. It was called Cheech and Chunk. And they do...
Is that one of the newer ones?
Yeah, but honestly, out of the newer ones...
I don't know the newer ones that well.
I actually haven't watched it in a few years now, and I think I'm just going to binge watch a lot of it at some point. But that one was good. But they did like a whole... like it was like, if you watch it, it's like almost like a music video in the entirety of like Homer doing the Basketball Jones.
I got to check that out.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's kind of reminiscent of Homer in this Hunter S. Thompson fucking
Speaking of that, you remember the episode where Homer gets a prescription for medical marijuana?
Right.
The funniest joke, one of the funniest jokes in all The Simpsons is in that episode where he's playing at a weed rally, and Fish is there, the band.
Right.
And they introduce Homer to give a speech, and they go on, now welcome Springfield's biggest pothead, pothead, because they're reading off a card. That cracks me up every time I think about it. Holy shit.
That episode was just like definitely they knew they were stepping over lines, so they went full on with it. Like, cuz the whole end of that episode was like the Weekend at Bernie's but with Mr. Burns. It was like, dude, that episode took a complete left turn where it wasn't even about Homer smoking weed. It was like fucking they accidentally killed Mr. Burns. But I liked when Otto was living with him in the attic.
Yeah, I remember that one. I remember the one where something happens and they find weed or something, and Bart goes, "Oh, it smells like Otto's jacket in here."
I think there's another one where Lisa says, "It smells like the art teacher's office." Oh man. Just two fat guys reminiscing about The Simpsons. Some of my finest memories about growing up are just sitting in front of the television.
You know what's sad that I thought about? Is I used to run inside from playing outside and watch The Simpsons at 5 o'clock every day.
Yeah?
Like, I'd be outside playing with all the kids. 5 o'clock. Simpsons, stop what you're doing.
Yeah, but honestly, it wasn't like what was going on The Simpsons, like fucking, like more, like
the
fucking...
most important thing.
It was like, it was more intellectually stimulating than anything your dumbass friends had to say. You know what I mean?
I don't want to form another club. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simpsons was super important growing up. It's weird.
Were you into like other cartoons?
Yeah. When I would like sleep over at like my friend's house or like my grandma's or something, I would just watch Cartoon Network because I never really got it at home.
Yeah, so you watch it over other people's places.
So like I'd stay up all night and like while my friend was asleep and I'd just watch Cartoon Network.
You'd binge it.
Oh yeah. Before any binging.
And you'd be like your
I'd
parents.
stay up till Betty
Your
Boop
parents
was
were probably
on,
like, well, like, why is this kid like a fucking zombie? And it's because you were like up all night just fucking watching cartoons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I watched.
I was the same way though. I didn't get Cartoon Network either, and it was actually at my grandparents' house. They paid for like, for some reason, Cartoon Network was a part of their package.
Yeah.
And I would do the same thing,
Yeah.
and be like, they live down in South Carolina, and they'd be like, why don't you kids go play outside? It's like, but you got fucking Cartoon Network, you know? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there was nothing better. Like Cow and Chicken and all that shit, Dexter.
Yeah. And that's why we are the sad sacks you see before you.
Yeah.
Or you're just hearing us.
You're lucky. You don't want to see this.
Let's end on a high note, though. What's new in your life, bro? Anything?
Well, mostly this. Doing comedy.
Yeah. How do you like doing it so far?
I love it.
You know, it's something funny, and I don't know if you did it as a joke, but I told you you should.
If it was funny, I did.
You said this thing about your daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
What was
No,
that?
that's true. That's a true story.
What was it again?
Because we're potty training her.
Yeah.
And she'll be sitting on the potty, and I'll be doing something like the dishes, and she'll go, Dad, I need your help, Daddy. Come here quick. And I'll go running in, and the bathroom door will be locked, and I'll just hear her go, after I, like, bang on the door, struggling to open it. Yeah, she's a demon.
Yeah?
Yep. Yeah, she does a lot of weird shit. She's got a knock-knock joke she wrote.
Yeah.
And she recycles it. It's knock-knock.
Okay.
Knock-knock.
Who's there?
A guy.
A guy who?
A guy who's a stinky guy. You gonna let him in?
That's actually not bad. I was like picturing a little girl saying it too.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking adorable.
Well, I put on the dress for a reason.
A stinky guy. And you're just sitting there like, how did you find time to write this joke?
I'm like a little scared. And not just because she's funnier than me, but... Who is this guy? Who has a knock-knock joke like that? You gonna let him in?
Oh my god. So wait, how many kids you got again?
3.
3. And that's your youngest?
That's the middle one.
Okay.
Yeah. Youngest is the boy.
And how old is he?
He's gonna be 2 in April.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the one that scratched the shit out of my face here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's just a little animal at this point.
Yeah. Definition of the word. He loves playing drums and he loves animals.
And the oldest is a girl too?
Yep.
And how old is she?
7.
7.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So you must be like now because you got a boy now, and you like started out as dad with just the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Was it like a complete like fucking like change up like in your mind when like you realized you had a little carbon copy of you going around?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, he's a little meathead for sure.
But I don't know, just the sophistication of women versus men. Like girls have tea parties while boys just like.
Well, I had
like they're literally like Bam Bam. Like
I had a pretty easy transition because my oldest girl is very girly, and my boy is very boyish. But my middle kid is just this enigma that just floats around and does whatever she wants. So it was kind of like, all right, after her, I can,
She's a little spaz, but she copies you clearly. Like she probably wants to be a comedian.
Yeah, I mean she is to me.
Not that I'm saying you should encourage anything like that. Honestly, I think like like how they say like kids like in entertainment, it's like you shouldn't put like your kids in acting.
Right.
Like you double shouldn't like encourage your kid to be a comedian. It's like you want to work in like shitty nightclubs and like
no good will come of it.
You know how we're about to lose our freedom of speech in this country? Take one last grasp at it, kid. And you should say this to them as 7-year-olds.
Yeah, oh yeah, we talk about, warn them about the dangers of fascism a lot, We have duck and cover drills.
Now, what does this entail? Is it just like they hide under their beds? Or?
Yeah, we sing duck and cover, and then they duck and cover, and
right?
Yep, and
Did you call these daddy drills?
No, duck and cover drills.
Are you building a bomb shelter?
Oh yeah, well, we're almost done actually.
Are they
humble brag?
Are they allowed to bring one item each into the bomb shelter?
I hadn't thought about that, but air is an issue, so it might just be me.
What do you have in there for supplies? That's what I want to know.
More Dinty Moore beef stew than you've ever seen in your life. I can assure
I
you.
really like it. It was like, you're like, kids, we might be getting a dog. And like, this is going to be the dog's room. And it's like really your bomb shelter. And you're filling it with Alpo. And your real plan is to eat the Alpo in the nuclear holocaust. Like your family's all dead, and you're just in this.
Well, the bomb will go off. I'll throw the dog out and say, "This is your dad now," and I'll slam the door, lock it. You see how the dog raises.
You're a sick bastard. Like all these like end of the world movies, like Omega Man and like I Am Legend. They all have a fucking dog in the movie. You're like sacrificing the dog at the beginning of the movie just so you can eat the dog.
Oh, the Alpo's mine. I'll live for about 14 years.
I have this Game Boy and all the Alpo.
If I get sick, I eat some grass and puke and then eat that.
Oh my God. We're over an hour at this point, so we can wrap it up whenever we want. What do you think? You feel like you said everything you wanted to say?
Well, if you've got a minute, I'd like to go over some details about communism.
It's more of a comedy podcast.
Well, you had me fooled.
Something? A lot of these podcasts I do, I like to write skits, have like skits prepared for people, and kind of just like riff from that. This, I felt like doing a podcast with you, like I really wouldn't need to fucking do that. Like we could just fucking. I think me and you we got this thing where we could just like feed into each other's insanity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that's I guess that's kind of a compliment. That's the best compliment you're gonna get from me.
Well, right back at you, bud. Ditto.
So, all right, thank you for being on the 1000 Comics podcast, man.
What number am I?
I don't know. You'll see.
If I get 1,000, do I win a prize?